huge video, the Spinosaurus versus the Giganotosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion. And is that something we are going to see, and how likely is it? Is there any evidence? Well, let's get straight into the video, no messing around, and let's talk about it. So the Spinosaurus being in Dominion is a very controversial one because a lot of people want to see it and a lot of people do not want to see it. But is there any evidence to support this? Well, there's a huge video I've done here all about the Spinosaurus, so I'm not going to go into lots and lots of detail because that video does that, but I will give a little bit of detail on the Spinosaurus. So the Spinosaurus could show up in Dominion. Yes, it could show up. There are theories and evidence to support this, such as, spoiler warning, so if you haven't seen Camp Cretaceous, don't listen to this anymore. In Camp Cretaceous Season 4, there is a Spinosaurus, and if you wasn't aware of that, you must have been living under a rock, but there was a Spinosaurus in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, and they say that Camp Cretaceous Season 4, it is canon, and it is going to link to Jurassic World Dominion. Now, what happens if them links are actually dinosaur related? Because, let's say at the end of Camp Cretaceous, all these dinosaurs have got to go somewhere. They're not magically just going to disappear. They're going to all be killed because it's a kids show. They are probably going to end up somewhere. Now, what happens if that Spinosaurus, which is in Camp Cretaceous, ends up with Biocen with the Giganotosaurus? It is indeed possible that that happens. Now, if that does happen, we'll see them two clash, hopefully, on the big screen. Because if they have a Spinosaurus, which we know Camp Cretaceous Season 4 is prior to Dominion by a few years, so that Spinosaurus will have a few years and then it will show up in Dominion, just like every other dinosaur, because like I said, these dinosaurs are not just magically going to disappear from Camp Cretaceous, they are going to feature in the film more than likely. So we'll likely see that Spinosaurus come face to face with the Giganotosaurus of Biocen as well, and that would be a huge scene which I think they are keeping under wraps. A lot of people do want to see the Spinosaurus. Myself, I loved the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3. I thought when they killed the Tyrannosaur with the Spinosaurus, that was a very controversial move, but it kind of set the Spinosaurus up then to be this big baddie, which we haven't seen since Camp Cretaceous Season 4, and hasn't been in a mainline film since Jurassic Park 3, so nearly 20 years ago now. So if it is to show up in Dominion, we could see the Giganotosaurus coming through the forest, the Spinosaurus coming between that, and in the middle we could have all the cast and the original cast, and they kind of stuck between the two and they go at it, boom. That'd be absolutely, well, I get excited just thinking about that. We do know that the Therizinosaurus is potentially in there because we've got some toys which show the Giganotosaurus and the Therizinosaurus potentially fighting, but I'm not going to go into that today. But what about you guys? Do you want to see that huge battle with the Spinosaurus, the Giganotosaurus going head to head? Do you want to see it? Or you're like, well, actually, the Spinosaurus I think is done. We should leave it in Camp Cretaceous. Although, where is it going to go from Camp Cretaceous? Because these dinosaurs are not just going to disappear, like I said, unless they somehow get killed off, which is highly unlikely because there are hundreds of them in Camp Cretaceous Season 4. So they'll have to go somewhere into the open world, captured by Biocen, but they have to go somewhere, and I think that Spinosaurus, just to be left to its own devices in Camp Cretaceous, don't think that's going to happen. But what about you? Do you want to see it in Dominion? Do you not want to see it in Dominion? Are you a fan of it? Are you not a fan of it? Please let me know in the comments, because I read every comment and I reply to nearly every single comment. Don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you've enjoyed the content, because I will keep you up to date with everything Jurassic World. Like to thank my Patreons and YouTube members as always. Thank you very much, guys. Your support does really help. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.